the PDF, download it now at www.nijayacademy.com. Click on Digital Products. Select the product you want to download. Click on Buy Now and complete the payment to get full access.
Hello, hi everybody. Welcome back to Nijay Academy. So today we are discussing ethics. This video was supposed to come out yesterday, as other things happened, right? The video which was supposed to come on Saturday came on Monday. So similarly, the video that was supposed to come on yesterday is coming today. Okay. So it takes a little amount of time for me to consolidate the material, to come up with good examples, right? To research a little bit. So that's why it is taking a little time. I hope you will understand that. But I'll make sure that I'll come out with quality content, which is very, very useful for your examination. Okay. There won't be any one such thing which will be of waste for you. Okay. I'm not going to waste your time here. Let's move ahead. So today we'll be discussing values. Okay. So what are values basically? So values are nothing but beliefs and principles, okay, which help me decide as to whether something is moral or ethical. This is very, very simple. Okay. What do morals and ethics do us help us in doing? Okay. They help us in deciding if something is right or wrong. Basically, if something is good or bad. Okay. They help us decide, right? Whereas values are inner beliefs, okay, which influence my morals, which influence the ethics. Is it clear? For example, if I value honesty, okay, if honesty is one of my values, then I will always speak truth. Okay, I will always hate people, okay, who are speaking lies. Okay, this will be my morality. Is it clear? Whereas when it comes to ethics, I will always keep the people who talk the truth at the higher level or at the higher pedestal. Is it clear? This is in the case of ethics. This is very, very simple to understand. Values are things which help us influence, okay, our morals and ethics. Very, very simple. These are our beliefs. These are our core principles. Is it clear? So simple example here is of Indian Army. Okay. Since Indian Army respects diversity, it celebrates every festival out there, right? So Indian Army practices festivals of all religion. Okay. Together fosters harmony in a diverse team. Basically, it respects diversity. Similarly, ISRO, what it did after the failure of Chandrayaan-2, ISRO said, I am very, very sorry, I have committed a mistake. Basically, it accepted its mistake and it came out with brighter colors in Chandrayaan-3 mission. So here, the value it is coming out with is accountability, responsibility. Yes or no? So these are very, very simple things. I believe you are understanding this. Okay. If you have any doubts, comment in the comment section box below. Okay, I'll address it. Okay. Coming to the features of values. Okay. What are the features with respect to values? Okay. The first is these are intangible concepts. That means you cannot touch them, right? But you can feel them. Okay. And these are not material objects. So India's Supreme Court striking down unconstitutional laws, right? So basically, these values, basically, you take the example of Keshavananda Bharati. What it did, it brought out certain fundamental things for the Constitution of India. Yes or no? We call them as the basic structure of the Constitution. Now, can you touch that basic structure? No, you cannot. Yes or no? Now, the basic structure of the Constitution is the value which has been enshrined within the Constitution. Is it clear? I hope you are understanding this. Next, they remain stable over a long period of time, but may evolve slowly with changing social contexts. Right? For example, equality has been a constant source since independence. Right? Everybody is equal. Everybody is equal in front of the law, etc., etc. We have read it in our Lakshmikant. Right? But right now, there is various layers of equality that are being implemented. For example, one of those examples is it has been expanded to include gender. Okay, where now we are considering LGBTQIA plus community, okay, as a part of the mainstream society itself. Earlier, they were kept as a separate part of the society. Right now, they are being considered as an integral part of the society, right? So you might be seeing this around yourself, right? Next is they help individuals and societies decide what is right or wrong, right? So what happened is recently in 2025, the South Africans, particularly the people who are guarding the borders of South Africa, okay, what they did is they refused to accept a bribe, okay, of certain amount of dollars, okay, for illicit, what we can say, trade of tobacco, right? This shows that they are keeping integrity, right, and probity at the higher pedestal. right? So they value their integrity higher. So value here is integrity. Is it clear? Next is values are influenced by family, culture, education, religion, personal experiences. Yes, definitely they are being influenced, right? Your friends influence you, your culture influences you, your family influences you, your experiences influence you, right? There are so many things that influence us in our day-to-day life. So similarly, one of those examples here is of Gandhi, right? He advocated non-violence across the world, right? One of the stalwart leaders, right, who said that non-violence is my path, okay, and I'm going to get independence through non-violence itself. Okay, where did he learn this term, or where did he learn non-violence from? Basically his Hindu upbringing, the Jaina tradition, and his experiences in South Africa made him such kind of a person. Basically, we are from what we have around us. Is it clear? So these are some of the features. Now let us understand the other features here. Values are stable, okay, but their application can vary across culture and time. For example, freedom of speech and expression, okay, it is strictly observed in countries such as USA, okay, whereas it is observed with certain amount of restrictions in some other countries such as Germany, India, etc. Yes or no? So next is people and societies rank value differently. Okay, when conflict arises, consider there are two values. Okay, and when the conflict arises, okay, we value them differently. For example, in the case of a disaster, is it clear? I will not run around saving my property. Yes, saving my property might be one of my values, but in the case of a disaster, I won't run around and try to save my property. What I will do, I'll try to save my life first. That means saving life is kept at a higher level than saving property, right? So people and societies rank the values differently across various circumstances, right? Some values are universal. For example, truth and compassion, right? These are universal. Everybody says everybody should talk truth, or everybody should be true to themselves as well as to the society, right? They should have compassion within them, right? And there are other values which are culture specific, right? For example, respected elders is deeply rooted within the Indian culture itself, right? Whereas it is less formalized in the Western society, right? Here we make sure that our parents are very close to us, right? The parent children bond is very strong in the case of Indian societies, whereas the parent children bond in the case of Western society is a little feeble. Yes or no? So that is what they are trying to say here, right? Values often form a part of personal or national identity. For example, since Vedic times, okay, we have been a part of, or our society has included Sabha, Samiti. Yes or no? Now these were parts of grassroots democracy at that point of time, and a democracy has been an integral part of Indian society since ancient times. Now even till date, right, we are a part of democracy. We make sure that the elections run in a fair and fine manner. Yes or no? So democracy is central to Indian political identity, right? It influences both domestic policy as well as foreign relations of India, right? I hope you are able to understand this, right? Moving ahead, there are two types of values. One is absolute values, one is relative values. Okay, absolute means these don't change at all. Okay, that means they are absolute. Whereas relative means they change. Okay, just like our relatives, right? They change. Right. Coming back to the topic, right? Meaning is the first thing here. Let us understand that universal moral principles that remain constant, whereas these are moral principles whose interpretation and application changes. Okay, it's not constant at all times. Okay, the nature is fixed, okay, and non-negotiable, whereas in the case of relative values it is flexible and adaptable. In the case of the formation or the source or the basis of absolute values, these are rooted in universe, particularly in universal ethics, human rights, etc. Whereas in the case of your relative values, it is rooted in the cultural norms, traditions, etc. and etc. Right? Simple example is of Mahatma Gandhi, right? Who talks about truth, non-violence. Okay, these are universal in nature. No matter which society you go to, everybody will ask you to speak truth. Everybody will ask you to be non-violent, right? Similarly, in the case of relative values, I might dress in casuals, as you can see, where another person might like to dress in traditional attire. His value asks him, or his value defines him through traditional attire. My value is defined through my casual attire. I hope you are understanding, right? Similarly, another example across the world is slavery, right? Slavery is bad no matter which society or which country you go to, right? Similarly, freedom of laws, right? They are interpreted differently in different countries. Yes or no? For example, in USA, they are broader, right? Whereas in the case of India, Germany, and other countries, they are a little narrower, right? The way we interpret them varies, right? So are your relative values, okay? So one of the advantages with respect to your absolute values is that it provides your stability, consistency, and moral clarity. Whereas in the case of your relative values, it provides you flexibility, right, cultural sensitivity, as well as practicality. But there are limitations as well. For example, in the case of your absolute values, they can be rigid, ignoring the local context. Some point of time, your universal values need to change, okay, under certain drastic circumstances, but they don't. Yes or no? Because they are absolute. So they can be rigid, and they might ignore certain local contexts or circumstances. Whereas in the case of your relative values, okay, they can lead to inconsistency. That means it can be interpreted in any way in any point of time, right? They are not at all absolute. That means they are not at all rigid. Yes or no? And they might lead to moral relativism. That means for some person it might be true, for other person it might be wrong. I hope you are understanding it, right? So let me give an example here, okay, with respect to relative values. Okay, right now, everybody is aware that there is a month called as Shravan that is running in India, or that is going on in India. Okay, during the months of Shravan, certain people from the certain community in India, okay, particularly the Hindu community, okay, they believe that consuming meat is not good. Okay, so even during Navratri, people don't consume meat. Okay, it is their value. Okay, not consuming meat during certain days of certain months is a value, whereas they consume meat in other days or in other months. Yes or no? But not in Shravan. Yes or no? So that is also one of the values. So what is happening to the values here? During certain months, people are consuming meat. That means it is allowed, whereas in other months, it is not allowed. I hope you are understanding this. That means values are relative in nature. That means they are shifting, they are changing, they are not constant. During Shravan, people are not eating meat, whereas in other months, they are eating meat. So value is shifting. So I hope you are able to understand this. Right. Next is there are other types of values. Okay. There are personal values, moral values, social values, political values, professional values, cultural, spiritual, humanitarian, environmental, and global or universal values. Okay. You can pause this video. Okay. You can go through each and everything. Most important thing here is you should go through the example. Okay. Why? Because if you go through the examples, you will understand how I am differentiating these values. Is it clear? For example, for personal values, I have given the example of Mary Com, right? For moral values, again, the South Africa bribery case, okay, where they rejected the bribery, that has been given here. Social values, Golden Temple Langar, right? Similarly, I have given various examples for other values as well. Okay, so what you can do is you can pause the video, understand how I am defining these various values, and try to understand them by going through the examples of each and every value. Okay, similarly, there can be many such values. Okay, I have just named very few here. Okay, but similarly, there can be many such values. Is it clear? Right, so there can be economic values, etc., etc., okay, which I haven't included here, but you can add them in your answers. Okay, right. So let us know the difference between ethics, morals, and values. So try to understand ethics and morals. Okay, these help us define what is right and what is wrong. Yes or no? Now, what are values then? Values help us influence our morals and ethics. That means these are beliefs. Okay, these are ideals that help us or guide us. Okay, in selecting the good and the bad. Morals and ethics, they say this is good, this is bad. Okay, they are definite in nature. Okay, what do values do? Values help us decide, okay, that this is good and this is bad. Okay, they make comparison. Values compare within themselves and select the best among themselves. Is it clear? For example, I have a situation where I can lie as well as I can speak the truth. Okay, now these are my two values. Is it clear? Now, if I take the first value, then I'm morally right for myself. Is it clear? If I take the first value and apply it to the society, then I am ethical. Is it clear? So values form the base for your morals and ethics. I hope you're understanding, right? The source of your ethics is external. The source of your morals and values is internal. Okay, they come from within a person, from the conscience of a person, right? Next, the scope is, it is a collective framework, particularly ethics, whereas these are individualistic in nature. Okay, I hope you're understanding this. Next is flexibility. Your ethics can change from society to society, time to time, etc. etc. Morals, though they are a little rigid, but they will also change with circumstance. But in the case of your values, they are much more rigid. Okay, they will only change if there is any life-changing circumstance. Okay, for example, consider, I believe smoking is bad for health. Okay, no matter what the circumstances. Okay, even if I'm on the deathbed. Okay, and if anybody asks that if you are going to die anyhow, please have a smoke, then even under those circumstances, I will never accept smoking as a good habit. Is it clear? So smoking for me is a bad value. So they don't change easily, right? They change only if there is any life-changing circumstance. I hope you are understanding, right? Next is some examples here. Civil service conduct rules, these are part of ethics. Okay, choosing not to lie to your parents even under extreme circumstances or even during drastic circumstances is a part of your morality. And what helps you choose these, particularly your values which you are valuing, which is honesty, empathy, and justice. That makes you choose these values, or that makes you choose these parts, or these values make you choose that particular ethical code, or that particular ethical conduct, and that particular moral way of life. I hope you are understanding, right? Similarly, with respect to the world, there is UN Declaration of Human Rights, which every country is accepting. Okay, and a doctor refusing to participate in euthanasia practice, right, which is a moral issue. Now, why are they selecting these particular things? Because they value compassion. Those people, okay, they value compassion, equality, and freedom. This is very, very simple. I hope you are understanding. If you have any issue, please do comment in the comment section below. Is it clear? I'll address them as soon as possible. Now, moving to the examples here. Okay, so this week we are covering examples from 1st of August to 7th of August. Okay, and the first issue is of the Union Cycliste International. Okay, so what they have done is they have suspended Bulgarian Cyclist Federation because they have involved themselves in certain corrupt practices. Is it clear? This is the first example. Second is the data privacy breach. Okay, so what has happened is USA and its agencies have fined Meta, okay, the company which runs Facebook and WhatsApp. Okay, they have fined Meta because Meta started using users' personal information to provide them certain ads, okay, without their consent. Is it clear? So this comes under data privacy breach. Next is political funding and transparency. So what has happened is in Australia, certain shell companies are bringing money from other parts and other sources and into Australia particularly. Okay, so that the legislating body of Australia, okay, finalizes a decision on mining legislations. Okay, that means they are providing funding to certain political parties or certain MPs so that they decide on the mining law of that particular country. Okay, so this is one of the issues. Okay, here I have also given you the relevance. Okay, on the right side, if you see, there is a relevance table here. Okay, now what is this relevance table? Okay, these are examples which can be quoted in those particular topics, but there is no hard and fast rule that you should quote these examples in that particular topic itself. Okay, these examples can be modified, okay, such that they can be quoted in other parts of the syllabus as well. Okay, so I believe you will do it yourself. Okay, right. Next is environmental ethics. So what has happened is the government of Peru, okay, it has fined a company called as Minera Condor. Okay, so for polluting a river there called as River Maranan. Is it clear? So they had been dumping toxic waste into that particular river, for which they have been fined. Okay, similarly, Indian government can also implement this rule in India, where there are various industries which are completely polluting river Ganga. Okay, for that, what can be done is Supreme Court can take the same step. Okay, next is academic integrity with respect to fake research. So what has happened is there is a particular person in Kyoto University in Japan. So he has come out with certain climatic modules, okay, which are completely false in nature. And he came out with that particular research because he wanted funds or grants from the university. So he did all that just for money. Is it clear? So that is one of the examples here. You can quote it anywhere you want. Next is child labor. Okay, so there is a UK based fashion brand called as Fast Style Limited, right? So particularly what it has done is it has taken help of children. Particularly it has involved itself in child labor, okay, in basically developing those textiles, right? So this has come out and right now it is under scanner. Okay, next is AI ethics or algorithmic bias. Now what has happened is in Canada there is a particular algorithm, and in recruitment test, particularly while hiring employees for a particular tech company, okay, so what has happened is that particular algorithm has shown a bias towards men, okay, and it has totally disregarded women. That means the man and the woman were having same qualifications, but even then it favored the man more than the woman. That means it is showing a bias towards the men, okay, and it is discriminating against the women. Okay, so this is with respect to algorithmic bias. Is it clear? So these are some of the examples with respect to the world. Now let us get into our pyara sa desh, India. Now the first example is of Karnataka, Mangaluru, okay, where a particular meat provider for zoos, okay, he allegedly mixed rotten meat and poison into the meat so that the zoo animals are harmed. Okay, so you can quote this example in all those topics which I have mentioned there. Right. Next, there is a second example of Pune paper leak. So the class 7th and 8th paper, particularly school paper, leaked online. Okay, and right now it is being investigated. So this is example number 2. Third is the teacher recruitment scam in West Bengal. Okay, so what has happened is in 2016-17 there was a recruitment which happened with respect to the teachers of West Bengal, and in that a particular minister of West Bengal has also been involved. He is right now being said. I don't know where all this case is going to further move, but right now he is also being involved. Is what is being said. Okay, so this can be quoted in all those topics. Next is the bribery with respect to NAC. So what has happened is these NAC people who give accreditation to various universities and colleges, they have been involved in bribery cases where they are taking money and giving accreditation to various universities and colleges. So right now they have been completely caught, right? So right now it is under investigation. Next is the Rajasthan SI exam leak. So what has happened is there was a person who qualified the examination using leaked paper online. Okay, and later on when he was given a fresh paper to solve, okay, he wasn't able to pass that examination. So because of which he is now being under investigation, or he is now being investigated with respect to this particular leak. Is it clear? So these are all the examples, okay, that were out there in the news from 1st of August to 7th of August, right? So I hope you are able to understand what are values, what are absolute and relative values, okay, and the different types of values. Okay, so if you have any doubt, okay, you can contact me in the comment section box below, right? So I hope you will go through this lecture once again if you have any doubts, right? So till next time, take care, bye bye, good night.